Shalom. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to our elders and apostles of great millstone that taught us the truth. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful like Akim, teaching and preaching his truth with all righteousness and sincerity. Isaac Yawasap, today's lesson is entitled, But at the end it shall speak, and Lord willing be edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, the true names of the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, whom the world ignorantly calls Lord God and Jesus Christ, the Savior of the children of Israel. As always, our lessons, our street speaking, our sit downs is for the remnant, the elect, the Israel of the Most High, and to use the gospel preached. So, um, just a couple of recent things that has happened within the last couple of days, and it seems like every week the Lord is showing, either bugged out doctrines, all right, wayward doctrines, Israelites being tossed to and fro by every wind of doctrine, which is prophecy. And then, other end time prophecy. All right. So, which the prophecies is the counsel and the pleasure of the Lord. Lord willing, we'll get that. But as you see here, this is from BBC.com. And I believe Elder Pastor Har went into this last night. And other brothers have spoke about this topic. Now we've done many videos on the MOTB, so you should already know the scripts: Revelation 13, Revelation 14, and various other precepts that go into the MOTB. Because Esau's algorithms, they do pick up what we say, and then they flag our videos for medical misinformation. But you see it here, the MOTB that lets you pay with your hand, and hey, we in them times, all right. And as we mentioned, before, with the whole C-19 thing, that was just beta testing, for these elites to see, how easily convinced the people would be to receive, the two shot. So, the digital currency infrastructure is already set up. All the legislation and laws is already set up from C-19. So when this is made mandatory, it's going to happen quick. So I got this here in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 1. It says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower and see what it's like it, and will watch to see what he will say unto me and what I shall answer when I'm reproved. Now, prophets, you know, are likened unto watchmen. Watchmen, they will stand upon the tower and they will see the different, things that will be, coming into the city. And then they will blow the trumpet to give warning to the inhabitants of the city so they can get ready, whether it's a message for the king or, that particular land is getting besieged. So what we are set up to do is to see this different things that's coming upon the land, all right, the land of land of our people, and we are to blow the trumpet. We come out, we make these videos. We say, hey, look, this is what they're doing, and this is what prophecy that is fulfilling by them, bringing this and that down. So that's what we're set up to do through the Spirit. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon a tower and will watch to see what he will say unto me and what I shall answer when I'm reproved. And Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain on tables that he may run that readeth it. And that's what we do. All right. When we see these different visions, all right, we make it plain on tables. All right, meaning we give you the interpretation of what's being done, what's being said, and what's being brought out. We're making it plain. We're not using these seminary school terms. We're making it plain. Look, this is the MOTB. It's coming. We're making it plain. And another thing I've been noticing with these devils, they just coming out, just they're not even hiding it no more. You know, this was posted yesterday. You know what I mean? Look at the title. It don't get any more plainer than that. And for you individuals that said, "Oh, the MOTB ain't the MOTB," it's something else. Either like a Elder Apostle Tahar said last night, either you you know that the MOTB is the MOTB and you sold out and you got the bag, or the Most High clearly ain't dealing with you. You know, everything about Esau is carnal. Because you got some camps that would say, yeah, the MOTB is spiritual. Everything about Esau is carnal and backed by technology. You know, and this other um, report popped up too. Inflation surges 8.5 in March to highest level since 1981. So here it is. You got high levels of inflation. You got people in major debt. Then the U.S. debt is about $200 trillion. You ain't gonna pay that off. You can't pay that off. So it will make sense for these devils to come up with a new monetary system. And we hear everything about the CBDC, the central banking digital currency, the cryptocurrency and all that, you know, which it's already information that's coming out saying that you can link, crypto to this. So it's being made plain. Now, I'm not going to read any of this because, like I said, it's going to be certain buzzwords in here that's going to trigger Esau's algorithms, and that's going to knock down, our system. I mean, our videos. But you see words there, and I'm highlighting them with the cursor. You know, these are those buzzwords I was talking about. Look at it. That's the right hand. But over there in Europe, they do it in the left. You know, look at the terms. So we are definitely in the time. We are definitely in the end times. All right, let's finish this over here in Habakkuk. Verse 3, for the vision or these prophecies is yet for a appointed time. There's a appointed time where the Lord is going to have these prophecies come to pass. But at the end, it shall speak and not lie. And it's speaking. Like the brothers say, the prophecies is jumping off the pages. And shalom to the Akim on the comment board. The prophecies is jumping off these pages, meaning we read the prophecies in the scripts and then we can immediately go and see the prophecies coming to pass by these different reports and articles being brought out with a little bit of research. See, before, it was hard to find this information. You got to dig deep. You got to find it on these back websites and and all this other stuff. Now they coming out on major websites, the BBC.com. That's like Europe's CNN. Matter of fact, the setup look like CNN. Uh, Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Yeah, it's looking like the MOTB is what our elders and apostles been saying it is. Look, ain't no like Elder Apostle Tahar and the various elders and apostles and bishops and men, say, look, ain't nobody worshiping Caesar Borgia, man. Ain't nobody got the image of Caesar Borgia in their back pocket, pulling it out and buying potato chips with it. All right. It's not embargoes, or sanctions. So this is what it is, man. It says, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. So we see it. It's not tarrying. It's right here. So, you got that. You got this situation with the MOTB. You got the inflation numbers. All right. Which man, they just got to go ahead and just pull the plug on the economy and just crash this place, man. Because the amount of debt that these people have and the way inflation is being set up, you know, the American dollar is gonna be worthless. All right. So these elites gotta come in with the remedy. It says costly inflation climbed even higher to a new 4 decade high of 8.5% in March, as the Russia Ukraine war contributed to a record surge in gas prices and exacerbated existing supply chain disruptions, forcing Americans to pay even more for basic goods. And they're just blaming this whole Russia and Ukraine situation. That's just something that these American Edomite elites can say, uh, or point the finger and say that this is the reason why all this is happening. You know, it says the latest uptick in March marked the highest annual rate increase of inflation since December 1981, according to data from Bureau and Labor Statistics released Tuesday. On a monthly basis, the Consumer Price Index, a closely tracked inflation gauge that details the cost of goods and services, rose 1.2% from February to March. It says Labor Department officials said price increases for gasoline, shelter, and food were the largest contributors to inflation. The gasoline price index rose 18.3% in March. And you can continue, to read that. So, natural resources, gasoline, shelter, that's the cost of living, and food. The Lord is putting on the spirit on these devils to hit you, Jakes, where it hurts, because it's when you on social media and you seeing, you hearing the different things your family and the world doing, the Most High is not at all in their thoughts, man. They worrying about the spring break, summer, trying to find a new job. They either out here doing exceeding wickedness, or they just trying to you know m- make this place their rest, man. We in the time of the Lord fulfilling the prophecies and coming through. All right. And as I was mentioning earlier, everything that we see in regards to these prophecies coming to pass is the will of the Lord. You know, Isaiah 42:8, I am Yahweh, that is my name. And that's another thing. These camps don't even push the vibration of the true name of the Lord, which you do have the leadership of IUIC, um, call on the name of the Lord, but are they doing it in sincerity and truth? It says, "In my glory will I not give to another, neither my praise to graven images." Lord, you ain't doing no idol worship if you worshiping the Lord in sincerity and truth. But behold, the former things are come to pass, talking about the prophecies, and new things do I declare. When you read about the MOTB in Revelation 13, that is considered a new thing that the Lord declared through an angel which was sent to Apostle John on the island of Patmos. It says, "Before they spring forth, I tell you of them." So, the Lord, with his close relationship with the prophets, he reveals unto them secrets and mysteries and different things that will be happening in the days to come. So we foresee that, this is major, of course, starting with our elders and apostles of Great Millstone. So these other camps that come out with doctrines contrary to the doctrine of Great Millstone, did y'all foresee this? You know, is this righteous? And the law says, "Thou shalt not make any cuttings in your flesh." And you clearly got to make a cutting in your flesh to get this installed into you. You know, Let's go to Isaiah 41 because I mentioned the counsel of the Lord is prophecy. Was it 41? Maybe in the same chapter. Hold on, let me find this precept. Do this. $46 and 10, Salakia. Says Babylon's idols and the true God. So we know the true God is Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, the God of the universe, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the Israelites, and Babylon's idol. This right here is none other than Babylon's idol. A lot of people's gonna worship, this. A lot of people, because worship just simply means to have great reverence, and worship is a compound word. You have worthy and ship, and when you combine those words together, you got worship. So when something is worship, people is finding whatever God or way of life, or you know in this case, thing implanted is worthy. Let's actually segue into that real quick. We're gonna look up this word worship real quick. All right. So you have worship, right? Worship now. Oh, English condition of being worthy, dignity, glory, honor, renown. They're gonna look at that technology as renowned technology. Like, wow, we're able to do that. Oh, what a swipe of the hand, we can get in the car. Oh, we can start our car with our hand now. Oh, wow. You know, reverence paid to a supernatural or divine being, and in this case, is reverence paid to technology. Oh, it's cutting edge technology. Yeah, man, is just increasing. Oh man, this technology was just in time because the world was gonna go to shit without it. And you see, worship is a compound of worth and ship. Worth is um let's see, is significant, valuable, of value, highly thought of, deserving, honorable, noble, of high rank, suitable, proper, fit, capable. So you get the gist. And then ship is the act, as it says here, the quality, condition, act, power, or skill. So it's the power, right, to make something capable, the power to make something fit, the power to make something honorable, the power to make something noble. So people's gonna worship this, you know. You got Neuralink. Oh man, I can walk now. Oh man, I want to thank the guys over there at Neuralink and how they helped me, and now I got my life back. You know, people gonna be worshiping that shit, man. Isaiah 46 and 10. Start at 9. Remember the former things of old, for I am Yahweh, and there is none else. I am Yahweh, and there is none like me. Yeah, the Lord is a God over all the earth. You know, all the gods of the heathens is gold and silver and idols. things that was made by man's hands. 10, declaring the end from the beginning. There's certain writings. I want to say, is it Second Edges 14, where it speaks about how Moses knew the end. Solomon, he knew the end. So the Lord declared, the end times through the scripts by giving it to the prophets, declaring the end from the beginning, and from the ancient times of things that are not yet done. When Apostle John was on the island of Patmos, we look at that as an ancient time. That was the Roman Empire. So it was declared to him things that were not yet done. He saw Apostle John, he saw this technology. And he saw people getting it in their right hand or in their forehead, saying, "My counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure." So the prophecies is the counsel of the Lord. The prophecies is the pleasure of the Lord. Now let's segue into this, Ukraine conflict. Of course, it's happening over there in Ukraine, but I thought about the state and condition these women is going to be in the very near future here in Babylon. It says Russian soldiers raped me and killed my husband. And we ain't gonna read the article, but this is what's finna be happening over here. When Jacob's trouble is happening, a lot of women, they finna be brought low. They finna be brought low to the earth because all that technology, the Lord is finna bring utter annihilation and disaster to this economy. The power grid, because Esau, in order for Esau to get people to submit, he's got to bring um afflictions upon the people. Just with C-19, he basically had to afflict people. People's dying, people's losing their jobs. uh People wasn't able to travel, go to basketball games, baseball games, amusement parks. Lord, I mean, well, yeah, the Lord used Esau to take away the people's pleasures, and that made it easy for people to take the two shot. So, with this technology coming, Esau gonna really roll it on Jake. Revelation 12 and 12. Let's get it real quick. Because the things that we see as far as the inflation and the supply chain crisis and the gas and cost of living, that's all man-made. Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore, rejoice ye heaven. See, we supposed to be rejoicing. We're not supposed to be like how the world is. Oh man, gas is high. Oh, what am I gonna do? Oh man, food. Damn, it's the scarcity of food. We supposed to be rejoicing. Remember, Yahweh Shai said, basically, the world shall mourn, but we shall rejoice. So we supposed to be happy when we see, these people going through it. Because, when we was going through it on the highways and the byways, when we was sowing in tears, we doing the work and we do, dealing with whatever afflictions we had to deal with, our family coming up against us, we losing our women, our children. We looked at as the offscouring of the earth, and we out there in dresses and y'all mean and dealing with all these different things. The people of the world was rejoicing, but now the tables is turning, you know. So we are in a time that we should be rejoicing because the prophecies are coming to pass and the Lord is making it plain. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth. Yeah, these people that's outside the truth, scoffers, mockers, demons, you know. gainsayers and naysayers. Woe to them. See, all this destruction is for them. I mean, yeah, we will be tried as gold is tried, and will be refined as silver is refined. But the Lord is going to bring us through that. Whereas these people that's outside the truth, they're going to get destroyed. So woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil, who is that? That's Esau. It's come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time to what? Rule. So these elites, they want to fulfill their belly. But as they're filling their belly and as they're eating, the Lord is going to cast down upon them wrath and indignation. So they're not gonna, fully accomplish this. They're gonna be able to get people. They're gonna be able to chip people, but not the elect. And as I was mentioning earlier, he gonna have to do all kind of stuff to get people to submit to this. Because Esau is this red horse. Esau is this pale horse that you read over here in Revelation 6. Hmm. Revelation 6:1. It says, "And I saw when the Lamb opened up one of the seals, and I heard, as it were, the noise of thunder, one of the four beasts saying, Come and see. And I saw, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, and the crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer." This Yahweh Shai coming on a chariot, destroying the armies of the heathen. Verse 3. "And when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, Come and see. And there went out another horse." This horse represents power. "That was red." This Esau. "And power was given unto him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth." Yeah, Esau, he takes peace from the earth by way of the sword. You know, his blessing, going back to Genesis the 27th chapter. "And power was given unto him, you know, from the Lord." Esau's blessing was the fatness of the earth. And the way to get these best places of the earth was by the sword. So power was given to Esau. "And that they should kill one another." The whole situation with Russia and Ukraine. These is Edomites fighting against each other. "And that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword." And that's all Esau using, his great sword. Missiles, rockets, guns. You see it? This is that great sword, which the ultimate sword is the ICBM missile. But, you know, these weapons and tanks and, helicopters that's weaponized, that all goes into that blessing. Verse 5, it says, "And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, Come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse. And he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand." And this goes into judgment, you know. And, during this time of judgment, Jake, was in slavery and dealing with all type of things that the Lord pronounced against the Israelites due to them um, transgressing the law, statutes, and commandments. "And I heard a voice in the midst of the fourth beast say, A measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny." This is your inflation. "See thou hurt not the oil and the wine," which the oil and the wine represents the truth. So when all hell breaking loose, this truth is gonna be our stability. You know, Isaiah 33:6, "Knowledge and wisdom shall be thy stability, and strength to salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure." You know, so that's why it's a precious thing to get this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding in you. Let's look at this in other translations. NLT, New Living Translation. And I heard a voice from among the four living beings say, a loaf of bread of wheat or 3 loaves of barley will cost a day's pay. You know, that's the time that we in right now. Inflation surges 8.5%, you know, forcing Americans to pay even more for basic goods. Supply chain crisis. Labor Department officials said price increases for gasoline, shelter, and food were the largest contribution to inflation. You know, shelves getting empty. It's gonna go from being empty to not being available. And then when the economy crash, you know, your dollars ain't gonna be able to buy none of this shit. NLT for Revelation 6 and 6. And I heard a voice from among the four living beings say, a loaf of wheat bread or 3 loaves of barley will cost a day's pay. Like I said, that's inflation. That's hyperinflation. And don't waste the olive oil in the wine. So the olive oil in the wine, represents this truth. The olive oil, the oil, that's the anointed. The wine, you know, this spice wine, this spice, this like Solomon said, come drink of my spice wine. That's this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. So the truth ain't gonna be taken away. Everything else will be. All right, verse 7. And when he had opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth beast say, come and see. And I looked and beheld a pale horse. This pale horse and this red horse is Esau. And his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed him. And we was going into Habakkuk chapter 2. We pull that back up. One or two of these prophecies. Habakkuk chapter 2 and 4. Behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him. Who is this talking about? This is talking about Esau. Everything that Esau does is contrary to the spirit of truth. He is the physical counterpart to the spiritual demon Satan. He's the adversary. He's he's the devil, that old serpent called the devil and Satan. But the just shall live by his faith. So that's why the oil and the wine ain't gonna be done away with, because the truth is gonna enable that faith for us to live by. Yeah, also because he transgressed by wine, his wine is his philosophy. The American dream and the YOLO and the just do it and be free, the come as you are, the whole alphabet movement and how they pushing it out on kids by way of Disney and all these different things. His democracy, his religions. Because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man. Come on now. And Obadiah, which is one chapter long, it speaks about how it's first off, it's prophesying against Esau. All right, let's get that out the way. And then it says, the pride in thy heart has deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, whose habitation is on high, who saith in his heart, who shall bring me down? So Esau is the most proud. Neither keepeth at home. His land was Petra. He way over there in Europe. Who enlarges his desire as hell and is as death. So Esau is as hell and death and cannot be satisfied. So if he pushing this and the Lord don't come and get us, this ain't gonna satisfy these devils. They gonna want to do more stuff. Okay, we got this in them now. What else could we put in them? Um, you know, uh, as it says here, who enlarges his desire is hell. Hell is a low state, oppression, slavery, and is as death. Everything he pushed out is death. GMOs and Monsanto. That's been found out to been causing people to get cancer. Then he's spraying chemtrails and then he's polluting the water, and then he got his pharmakeia, his his pseudoscience behind medicine that's killing people. This have Esau written all over it, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all people. So America, Babylon the Great is a great melting pot where you have all nations and heapeth unto him all people. You can get Chinese food, East Indian food. You can get Caribbean food, Mexican food, so-called American food, you know, Thailand food. You can get all these different type of cuisines, these food cuisines, because you have all these different nations here in Babylon. You know, you're not going to Arabia and getting some down south barbecue. You're not getting that over there. Burgers and shit like that. Just an example. So let's go back to Revelation 6 and 8. And I looked and beheld a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed him. This Esau. And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth, that's Babylon, to kill with the sword and with hunger and with death and with the wild beasts of the earth. So Esau gonna come with death and destruction to get people to submit, which is the Lord doing it, but he's doing it through them. We'll close out over here with Proverbs 16. Like it's saying, Amos, shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord have not done it. Proverbs 16, verse 4, the Lord have made all things for himself. Yeah, even the wicked for the day of evil. So the Lord gonna be bringing that evil, the Jacob's trouble. But he gonna be using these Edomites to do it. And he gonna turn around and destroy them. Then this another thing I saw, uh, things are being reinstated. Different mandates is being reinstated. So if you ain't down with it, you're gonna lose your job. All right. MOTB, you got situation going on with, in Russia and Ukraine. Matter of fact, let me see how we doing on time. Oh, brother, lighting it up. I'm gonna get over there in just a second. I meant to speak on this. I'm gonna pull one precept on that because when I saw that, I thought about what's gonna be happening over here. Go to Isaiah 13. Salakia, you know how the spirit is, it flows, Isaiah 13:13. We'll go through it quick. Therefore, I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place in the wrath of the Lord of hosts in the day of his fierce anger. All right, when the Lord sent these ICBM missiles over here during World War III, this place, Babylon the Great, is going to reel to and fro like a drunkard. It's going to be removed out of her place. It's going to cause great earthquakes, and it shall be as a trace roll and as a sheep that no man taketh up. Esau. People ain't going to come over here and help out Esau. When you read Revelation 18, it speaks about people standing afar off, seeing the torment and the desolation of this place. They ain't gonna come over here and help this Esau. They shall every man turn to his own people and flee everyone to his own land. That's happening now. People seeing that America is becoming a third war country. They might as well go back to China. And everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. So if you join unto Esau, how do you join to Esau? By this, you know. Everyone that is found, everyone that is not of the elect is going to be found thrust through. You're going to get destroyed. Here's the point. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled. Their wives ravished. So Jacob's trouble, leading up to the ultimate destruction, a lot of death, home invasions, wives being ravished. And I thought about that precept when I saw this. Russian soldiers raped me and killed my husband. So you had that. Went into that word worship. Let me pull these couple of precepts from the brother Damawath real quick. Let's see. Psalms 10, verse 2. The wicked, which is Esau, and his pride, because we went into how proud these devils is, and Habakkuk the second chapter. The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor, the Israelites. Scriptures speak about his perpetual hatred towards his brother Jacob. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. And we see that all throughout the scripts. Yeah, Haman, he wanted to, hang Mordecai on the gallows, and Haman and his family end up getting hung on the gallows. So, he's one to destroy Jake, and Jake is going to end up getting, Esau want to destroy Jake, but Esau's going to end up getting destroyed when trying to accomplish the destruction of Jake. Verse 3, for the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire. And this is an example of that. Oh, yeah, we finna get him. Yeah. It's our time. They in the meetings and them secret chambers, them dungeons. They all, confederate with one another. They sitting down at them tables and they talking. They got warlocks and witches there, and the presence of evil spirits, and they're boasting of their heart's desire. Yeah, we in the time. You know how we say we in them times. Esau is saying that too. We in them times. We finna fully conquer the earth. For the wicked boasts of his heart's desires, and blessed the covetous whom the Lord abhorreth. So Esau, he is blessed evil, wicked people in his kingdom. Look at the LGBT people. These people got the best credit. They got businesses. I know of LGBT people that got successful logistics trucking companies. They got 4, 5, 18 wheelers. They doing, awesome. But hey, this is their world, and Esau blesses those type of people. Verse 4, the wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts. These Edomites ain't thinking about the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They set up to be adversaries. The spiritual demon Satan is working on them. So, yeah, we in them times, Akim. Lord willing, you edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakwadash. And double honors to our elders and apostles, great millstone, the water for the precepts that always adds to the lesson. All right, and builds the lesson up and make it even more greater through the spirit. So keep watching, Akim. Shalom.